Hi everybody, it's Michelle from Michelle Makes again with another vlog, and this vlog is about another 5 amazing gadgets that I've come across that help to make sewing better. About a year or more ago, I did a vlog like this with about another 5 amazing sewing gadgets. I'll put a link up there to let you see if you haven't watched it already. And they were all gadgets that I'd come across from when I first came back into sewing that I never even knew existed. They'd suddenly come out into the 21st century, and boy did they make sewing much better. They improved my sewing. They made it more fun. And so when I did that, a few people watched it and they actually came back to me and said, have you tried this one? Here's a gadget. Have you seen this one? Some of them I'd known about and other ones I hadn't. So I went and the ones that I didn't know about, I went and got them. And I tried them myself and I found them really, really good. And the people who recommended them to me, I shall put their names up there as I go along. And I just thought that those of you who don't know about them, would like to find out some more about these 5 amazing gadgets. So if you want to know more, watch this. So let's get going. These are 5 items that I've found are very handy for sewing. Okay, so gadget number 1, I do know who this is from, who gave me this suggestion, because she regularly emails me and she's become a good friend online, and she is called Jenny Flake. Hi Jenny. And this is what she recommended to me. This gadget. Now what it is a stitch unpicker. It's got a cover on it and that's a stitch unpicker, but what's cool about it is it's got a magnifying glass on it. That's cool, isn't it? Because if you're not very good at seeing things and you've got to unpick some stitches, then you can see through the magnifying glass. But that is not all, because this has a little light. And there's, if I push my finger up there, can you see? I'll turn this light off and you might see it better. Can you see the little light? So not only can you, suppose I wanted to unpick a stitch here, then I can, with the light, I can see what I'm unpicking there. And I can actually unpick the stitch. You can have it with or without the light. Turn it off, you can unpick it like that. But I think for those of us, or those of you who can't see so well, that is an ideal little gadget with a magnifying glass. And I just think that's really cool. So Jenny, that is excellent, and it's called a Mighty Bright. Does that show? A Mighty Bright Seam Ripper, lighted seam ripper. Sharp metal blade, ergonomic handle, bright white energy efficient LED, casts 2.5 lumens. LED lasts 100,000 hours, and it's got 3 micro cell batteries in that the 3 batteries are in there. And if you run out, you can get those kind of batteries from any market stall or any Poundland, a cheap shop. They often have them. But I think that, as I say, little gadget there, push your finger up there. You can either have it so it goes on just temporarily by holding it on, or you can push it up with your fingers so it clicks open and you've got that light there. How cool is that? Isn't it marvellous? Jenny, thank you. I'm sure there's lots of people who are watching this vlog who will be saying, yeah, I've got to get that. Now, I can't remember. Oh, and this, I'm not sure why, but that goes down like that. So I suppose so you can hold it like that if needs be. So you can hold your finger and have the magnifying glass as close or as far as you want from the stitch unpicker. Great gadget. I think you'll like that. I'm not sure where you get it from. When she told me about it, I went online and I found it on Amazon. There is a link down there to it on my Amazon site, or at least I hope there will be. I have to say it's an affiliated link, so I get a couple of pennies for it if you do click there. If you don't want to, then just go into your search bar on your Google search bar or whatever search bar you have, and just put Mighty Bright Lighted Seam Ripper. Mighty Bright Lighted Seam Ripper, and that should take you to one. So that's the first gadget. Gadget number 1, recommended by Jenny Flake. Thank you, Jenny. Was recommended to me by a lady a few months back, and I regret I don't know her name, but I shall find out who she is, and I'll put her name up there because she came up with something, and I'd never used these, but when she pointed them out to me, I thought I've got to get some. And she said she uses hemostat scissors. Hemostat scissors, which are like operation scissors, and they've got a little, on there, they've got a little, I don't know if you can see there, if I put something behind it, say that, there again, they have little teeth on them there, so that when you grab something, you click that, and that means this will not open, and that is very handy for grabbing a hold of threads. And one of the most important bits is grabbing hold of thread at the because it's got a curve on it. This one that I bought has a curve on it. I can get behind the serger to pull the thread through. So that's a serger tool I love to use. It's really handy. It's also good for getting, if you wanted, when you're doing those tubes of, when you're doing a tie with a tube, and you can't get your hands in to use the tube. Usually use the safety pin. You just push that in and pull the fabric through. I've also got a massive pair. Now these ones are straight ones, and this is the kind of one that you'd use to pull the thread through a tubing. You push it through the tubing like that, get right to the end, click the fabric onto the edge of there, click it shut here, and then pull, and it turns the fabric out. I'll put a little video up to show you what it does. Ones really handy. Again, you can get them on Amazon, but I'll put an affiliate link down below. If you want to use that, fine. If you don't, go seek it your own way. The next one that I came across was item number 3. I mentioned in one of my previous videos, and that is the walking foot. I am amazed just how handy that is for to get even stitches. When you do something, especially if you're doing bag making, purse making, even if you're sewing through, say if you're doing a coat, if you're doing a heavy coat, a thick layered coat, if you use that, your stitches will be all even. There won't be kind of 6 little ones and 1 big one and 6 little ones. This walking foot will make your stitches all even. And so it's a funny type of thing, because you lift that up. I'll put a little picture on to show you how it's fitted onto your machine. That goes through the foot of your through your down lever, and then this rests on a little screw that's on the side of your down lever, and basically what it does is it lifts and walks like that, and it's got teeth on the bottom, and it's the teeth that move backwards and forwards, pushing the fabric so that it gets evenly spread, lifts and walks. Definitely, I have had this in a couple of my sewing machines. This one, I actually bought this separately with my latest sewing machine, but I also had one unknown to me. Oh no, it wasn't unknown, I knew it was there, but I never used it. I kept thinking, what on earth do I want to use that for? But I have started using, I used it about a couple of months ago, and I couldn't believe the difference with the stitches. I don't use it all the time, but I do find it very handy. This next gadget was recommended to me, and I'm sorry again, I don't know the lady's name. I will put it up there. She recommended it to me, and I thought, what a fantastic thing. And it's called, I'll put this back in the box to let you see, it's called the Bulky Seam Aid. Now I don't know if you can see that, Bulky Seam Aid, can you? Let me get my little purse that goes behind it. Bulky Seam Aid. And it says, used to help sew over bulky seams, eliminate skip stitches, uneven stitches or broken needles. She pointed this out to me, and I have been using it, and I think it is wonderful, especially if you're doing purses and things, because you've got to go through a lot of thicknesses sometimes. You're kind of going, say for example in this one, when you're sewing, you're going through a very thick piece, and then you go to a thin piece, and then you go round there, and then you've got to go back down there, and you're going to another thick piece. Well, this is the gadget. This little thing here, it's got 2 thicknesses. One thickness there, one there, and then the other side is wider, it's thicker. And that sits under your sewing machine foot, so that when you come to some heavy fabric, you push it under, and it makes the needle feel like it's going over the same level of thickness of fabric. I'll do a little video to show you how it works, but that is a fantastic little gadget. And that, again, I'll put a link down below, Bulky Seam Aid. It's by Hemline, and it's for jeans or other thick layered fabrics. Keeps the presser foot horizontal to help feed thick layers evenly and stitch consistently. It has 2 widths for use with 2 different thickness of fabrics. Can be used when sewing buttons, helping to create a thread shank, and can be used with all sewing machines. And it gives you the instructions on the back how to use it. The lady whose name is up there I just think you recommended that to me, and I think that's really, really fantastic. Then I came across this, and I've seen Lauren from can't remember, she used to be on the Sewing Bee, the Scottish lady who's got the shop in Birmingham. She had one of these, and I've seen a few people with these, and I just thought this is very handy. I haven't used it again. It's a tape measure. It's for quilting, sewing and dressmaking. Yeah, we all have tape measures, but what I like about this one is, if I can get it open to show you, is that it's one of those that changes colour. It changes colour, so you can, each distance is 10 centimetres. Now, some of you aren't that good with centimetres. If you're English and you're, well, the oldies who used to use inches, and Americans who used to use inches, quite often it often recommends things in centimetres. And this is a great way for you to understand where the centimetres are. That's 10, 20, and each one is, every 10 centimetres is marked with a different colour. And I think that is a really handy tool. When I took my first course in fashion design, we were immediately told, forget about inches, you are not going to deal with inches at all. Take it out your head, because everything's going to be in centimetres. And so now I'm very adept at knowing centimetres. But, you know, the older you are, the harder it is to try and work out what centimetres are. So I reckon that the fact that that's in different colours, the other side's all one colour. The other side is inches. The blue side is inches. The multicoloured side is centimetres, and it just helps you identify lengths a lot easier. So when you're wanting 30 centimetres, you can see exactly what 30 centimetres looks like, and it's also 12 inches, or very close to 12 inches. So that one is by Hemline again. It's a metric and imperial quilting, sewing, dressmaking tape measure. And it says bright 10 centimetre segments are provided for quick and error-free measurements. The imperial side has one side marked in 16ths and the other in 8ths for precision measurements, ideal for quilters. So one side there, let's see, get my little purse again. One side is in 16ths and one side is in 8ths. And this side, pretty colours, yellow, red, white, yellow, red, white, yellow, red, white. So that's another handy gadget. I have some more gadgets that I would like to show to you, but if you have some gadgets that you want to tell me about that I may not know about, or maybe these ones that I've got are the ones that you're going to mention, but it's still worth telling me about them, I will mention them, I'll show them, and I'll put them up, your name up here your name up there in lights to let everybody know that you were the one that recommended it. So until the next time, all I can say is bye.